Hello, please enjoy the birdsong. It is relaxing. I could use some relaxing. I had 2 large coffees with my lunch and it was probably a mistake. Anyway, hi, work in progress Wednesday. I'm going to try and speak slowly. A lot of coffee. So last week on the loom, and you can just see it there, I had the yellow and black and grey thing. So this came off the loom last night and I'll show you how it came out. It's not wet finished yet. So that's how it's worked. And I'm pretty pleased with it. It was supposed to be about 20 centimetres longer, but I was having some tension issues. I mean, aren't we all? But for some reason, this yarn decided that it just wasn't going to behave itself in the tension. So I've used this yarn before. This is a multi-stranded cotton. So it's not plied, it's not twisted. It's just, I'm just extracting some to show you what I mean. So that is a thread that comes off the cake. And then within that thread are just 4 loose threads. So it's not twisted. Normally with a yarn like this, it would be twisted or plied. This is just loose. And I've used this before and it's been fine. So I don't know if maybe I just warped it up badly. But when I got to this point of the weave, my tension was just all over the place. And I had loose threads and tight threads and threads within each strand. Some were loose, some were tight. And I just went, I can't be bothered dealing with this. I'm going to finish this early. So that's what I've done. So it needs wet finishing. I need to decide what I'm doing with the fringe. I don't know if I'll twist it or leave it loose. It looks great loose. But the thing about fringe, one of the reasons to twist it is to make it sit nicely because it gives it a bit of weight, and it also protects the yarn from shredding and tearing and falling apart. And this yarn, I don't know that it would fall apart, but it would get a bit tangled as a loose fringe. So I need to decide what to do about that. So I'm having a think. Now, I have broken my own personal golden rule. My golden rule of weaving, I'm going to do that because why not? My golden rule of weaving is, for me personally, is once I've cut something off the loom, I have to deal with the fringe before I warp up the next project. And the reason I have that rule is because I don't like dealing with fringes, and I would just have a big pile of stuff that needed the fringes doing while I added more to the pile. So I have broken my rule. Because I'm still thinking about what to do about this particular fringe, and I have already warped up the next project. So that's just so rebellious of me. I'm a bit excited about myself. So let's have a look at the current project, which is on the loom, and I will show that to you right now. This got warped up last night, and I only just started weaving this morning, as you can probably tell, because there's my hem stitch, which is the start of the piece. I've done this little section here in plain. I'm doing 3 repeats of this leno, and then I'll do plain weave to the other end, and I'll do the leno lace again at the other end. Now, this yarn is the Cleckheaton Brushstrokes 5-ply. It's a nylon and acrylic blend. Because it's a 5-ply, I'm using my 10 dent heddle, which is a little bit smaller than my usual 7.5 dent. I was thinking I could use the bigger heddle and have a very lacy effect, but then I thought I might lose this sort of colour interaction, and I think I was right. I think I've made the right decision. So well done me on that. I'm going to zoom in and show you the leno in detail, but I'd just like you to appreciate first the colour interaction, because I'm really, really happy with it. I've got 2 more balls of this, and I think that will be plenty, because I've only used, it was 1.5 balls to warp it up, and I'm using the other half a ball to weave at the moment. So I should have heaps of yarn, which is exciting. But now I'm going to show you the leno close up. And that's how the leno's looking, and it's quite tidy by my standards. I'm usually a bit more chaotic. So I'm excited to see the colours interact through the length of this scarf. I can't remember how long I warped it up. I think it's going to come out to be about 180 centimetres long. I can't remember, I didn't write it down, and this kind of information falls out of my head really quickly unless I've written it down. I've got a notebook where I write down all my stuff. So for example, I've written down how many rows I've done in between the leno there, so that when I get to the other end I can remember what to do. So yes, that is what is on the loom. That is all I have for you this week, so thank you very much for watching. Thank you to the birds for contributing their 2 cents to this discussion, and I will see you next week. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.